It was only at the start of year 12 for my most memorable hook, and it was by Mr. Sibley, and basically we had to all download an app, and then we'd all sort of have to have a big quiz, and that way it just sort of got us to think about all the different types of shots.
One hook I remember quite well was in Mr. Coleman's lesson. We had to describe our favourite character from a movie in detail.
In film class with Southworth, we looked at the scene from Up in the beginning where the wife dies, and we talked about how that affects us emotionally, and just had to discuss in the class why that was important, why it affected us all differently and emotionally.
One memorable hook was delivered by Miss Davis because it was a piece of evidence on how did Harold Godwinson die. I really enjoyed the hook because I got to divide the evidence into smaller sections and decide whether it was true or false.
A memorable hook was given by Mr. Nichols in English, who actually we were studying about the technological effects that was on English and how English was affected and the language.
A memorable hook would be from Mr. Morgan's lesson, and we played terminology bingo. So he printed out cards of all the media terminology, and we played bingo with it.
Line of inquiry makes you question, which makes you also help you learn and makes you think more about what's going to happen.
I feel like they're little checkpoints, so it's if you understand those things, then you're on the right track.
Line of inquiry helps me learn when you've got different stages of the lesson. So you've got the first bit of a lesson was easy multiplications, and then you've got kind of slightly difficult ones, and then you have really challenging ones at the end.
I think lines of inquiry kind of give me an insight on what we're doing in the lesson, so it kind of points out what I need to know by the end of the lesson and what I need to focus on.
It gives you a head start on what the lesson's about.
I think it's helped us reflect our learning outside the classroom, because sometimes they can be questionable and sometimes the teachers don't actually give you the answer. So it makes you more interested into it and wanting to know the answer, makes you want to research it when you get home.
Mr. Tyson will usually deliver a quote from Churchill, or a small activity, for example, putting your views on an argument on post-it notes and sticking them on the board, and I think that really helps solidify what was learned in the lesson.
In philosophy, I know Mr. Baker uses a lot of thinkers, and that will tend to be to join on to the next lesson, so then it gives this idea of thinking, joined up thinking.
In science, they have thinkers about what you have done, and if it's something about forces in science, you can think about that, and it's a little quiz at the end and the teacher says, oh, what's the answer, and then if it's a wrong or right answer, it doesn't matter because you're all open to opinion.
But one of the thinkers that Mr. Jackson does in media is we have sort of cards which are colour coded, and it just enables us to have a look, and so green being we're doing everything right, and then red being we really need help, and then so from that we get to sort of go away from the lesson and then think about the things that we need to do to improve.